What is going on, guys? So we didn't see the rally we were expecting following the rate cut. Instead, Jerome Powell managed to dump the market, with the statement he made around the, Fed not being able to own Bitcoin. And this created a huge amount of panic throughout the market. And again, guys, these people will always do everything they can to manipulate the markets. We know the big elites are in the space and they are going to simply buy up every single dip we see. And I was doing the same thing as soon as I saw the dip, and it was a very good dip. A huge amount of altcoins were on discount. And this is the thing, guys. 99% of people are going to get shaken out because they cannot handle the dips. As soon as they see some news, they forget all of the bullish points we have, going into 2025. You just have to, lock in, guys, and shut out all of the FUD and these, completely baseless, points that they make. And you just need to look at the adoption we're getting, a look at the global adoption. And, we're going to have a very bullish 2025, in my opinion. Whether or not we get a super cycle, in my opinion, doesn't really matter. We can still get some very healthy gains in this market. So anyway, guys, the point of this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 low cap base altcoins that I think can absolutely explode in 2025. Base, it has been a game changer. We've seen the amount of adoption it has gotten, and it's going to continue going into 2025. You can just see, guys, in terms of the TVL for Base, currently ranked number 6 with around $3.8 billion in TVL, and it's very close to Binance. And you can see it is way ahead of, Sui, AVAX, Aptos, Polygon. Polygon has been literally left in the dirt. Nearly 3 to 4 times more TVL than Matic, which is insane. And it's going to continue to grow, guys. I wouldn't be, surprised if this gets very close to Binance's TVL. So anyway, guys, let's get into some of the base plays, the low cap ones, which are under 100 million. So the first one, guys, this is probably one of my favorite base plays, Heroes of Mavia. Now, we've seen an immense amount of fear regarding this project from the delisting on Binance Futures, and I see this as an opportunity. I saw it as a great discount. This has some of the biggest players in terms of numbers we've seen in any crypto game. Even forget crypto, the amount of players this has on Android, on the App Store, on iPhone is immense, right? We're talking millions of players. So this is one of those sort of Clash of Clans type of games which gets huge amount of adoption and players. You can compare this to something like Axie Infinity from the previous cycle. I believe it's far superior. I think the graphics are better. I think the gameplay is better, and it also has a very good gaming economy with the Ruby token and also the Mavia token as well. And it has a huge use case. So the reason I'm bullish on this, guys, is again the fact of the players. They have a very active player base. You can see 1 million plus downloads on the Play Store and also many downloads on the App Store. And on top of that, guys, the Mavia token has a huge amount of token utility. Can be used for unique in-game items and perks. You can use it for, governance. You can use it to stake as well, which they've recently launched. And on top of that, guys, they are regularly trending as one of the most popular games overall. And on top of that, top 4 on the Base blockchain, which is very bullish. As I've said, you've seen how much adoption Base has got, and projects on Base are going to perform very, very well. Links to Coinbase, so potentially could get that very valuable listing in the future. And on top of that, guys, they are focusing on improving and developing the game. Everyone was, getting shaken out of the project after the Binance Futures delisting. And again, people, you need to understand, they've done that many times where they've delisted projects from futures and then they've gone on to list them on the spot, on spot trading. So for me, I am continuing to DC into Mavia. Very good price, guys. Look how cheap this is. $1.27. This could easily smash through the 1 to 2 billion market cap level, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised to see this at $50. I think it's a no-brainer. Very good volume on this as well. And, that is one of the, major points in terms of deciding a tier 1 listing. Volume's very healthy. They already have some top exchanges. You've got Bybit, you've got HTX, you've got MEXC, you've got KuCoin, you've got BitGet, Gate.io. So exchanges are very strong. They will get a tier 1 listing at some stage, in my opinion. Just look at the backers, guys, backed by Binance Labs, and on top of that, being on the base chain as well, they have got a very positive future, in my opinion. And, on top of that as well, guys, dilution is also not too bad in 2025. I believe it's around 50%. You can check that on Chain Broker, but dilution is not too bad. Again, you're not going to hold this until 2030. So you need to understand how vesting schedules work. It doesn't matter if, you're looking for 10 years. You're not going to be in this for 10 years. You're going to be in this for probably 6 months to 1 year. And the vesting, the dilution is not bad at all. So this will be the first base low cap, 40 million market cap. Very good project. And you're getting this at the floor, guys. This is literally at the bottom and it has a huge upside from here. So that would be the first project I would look at. Bullish community as well. Constant updates. Very, very solid project. The second one, guys, is a new project which did launch very recently. It is Lingo. I did get on the pre-sale for this. And, this is one which has a huge amount of backing behind it. The website's very clean. I really like the website. And essentially what they're looking to do is basically reward the community with, partnerships with different companies. You've got huge names on this like Nike, you've got, booking.com. So you've got a huge sort of base, you've got a huge, ecosystem of different companies who basically are getting together to reward the holders of this through staking. And essentially it's trying to build a gamified RWA rewards ecosystem. And they're trying to basically onboard the masses with this project as well. In terms of, the most bullish point for this, guys, I think this is a good short-term trade because of the, the backers behind this, the KOLs, the influencers who are going to talk about it. And, ultimately, are you going to hold this long term? For me, I prefer to be into projects which have, established themselves and have been building throughout the bear market. But this is a good trade, and I do believe, RWA is a very hot narrative, and they have some big backers behind this as well. So you can see they know how to market as well, partnered with big influencers such as Altcoin Daily. And, a lot of influencers talking about this. They've got a lot of exposure in terms of news and media articles as well. And ultimately, guys, that's what matters in this space. You can come over and have a look at, exactly what they're doing. They've got their, light paper here, which you can read. So it's basically, it goes into depth on what the project does. Essentially, they want to sort of reward and build loyalty in the community in this, for the holders of the Lingo token. You can see here, our goal is to merge the best of community-driven Web3 models with the sustainability of RWA to offer awesome benefits that enhance daily life of our community. So it's a different thing. This, you don't really see projects where the sole purpose is to reward the community. Is it sustainable? They talk about how they plan to sustain this, where they basically charge the platform fee. So it says here, Lingo ecosystem generates a 2.5% revenue fee, where most is later reinvested into real-world assets like real estate. Those assets owned by Lingo's holding company are managed and basically generate monthly cash flow, which they then use 100% of to buy back the token and then basically fuel the rewards ecosystem. So it's interesting. You can have a look on here as well. They've integrated with many sort of brands already, some of the biggest brands in the world pretty much, which you can see here. You've got Nike, you've got Spotify and some big names. And, this does have potential. One of the best websites I've seen. And, the team has also got experience in some huge companies. You've got Binance, you've got Google, Microsoft, Booking.com. You even got Bayern Munich here as well. So, it's interesting to see. And this is one of the main, bullish points as well. They have got some big, investors and KOLs on board, and they will make content on this video, on this project, sorry. And, this will perform well. So, it's currently sat around 57 million in market cap, and volume is also very good. And exchange listings are also decent. They will definitely get some tier ones at some stage. On top of that, it appears that there won't be any token unlocks for around a few more months, which is also good. So this could be a good short-term trade, in my opinion. A bit risky, in my opinion, but it could be a good play. That would be the second project on the list. A lot of hype around this, and you can see here the first, the first 24 hours, the Lingo ecosystem has generated over 600k in the RWA pool, and this will go into basically generating rewards for the community. So, good to see and could perform well. So that would be the second project. The third project is another gaming project. For me, Mavia and Super Champs are probably the best gaming projects on the base chain. 83 million in market cap, and dilution isn't going to be an issue. Over 80% is currently in circulation, 1 bill max supply. And the main disadvantage with this is the fact that they aren't on any centralized exchanges. They're on Aerodrome, Uniswap, but they have got links to Coinbase, and they have, just like Heroes of Mavia, they have a big player base as well. They do have 2 games which are currently available on the App Store. The main one is Bullet League, and this has a huge player base. You can see here, we've got nearly 3,000 ratings on the App Store, huge amount of downloads, reviews, and they've got, similar to Heroes of Mavia, 1 million plus downloads on the Google Play Store. So people are utilizing this game, and that is very important to see the success of a future gaming project. And then this is the other game, which is called Racket Rampage. And just like the first game, Bullet League, this also has a big player base as well. 100,000 downloads. It's also on the App Store as well. And, the token also has utility. So essentially, you can complete quests in the game and you can earn quest points, which you can then use those points to basically compete in tournaments for the champ utility token. And you can also buy NFTs as well, and you can basically gain additional benefits for the NFT holders. So it's a good way to onboard NFT integration as well. And this looks very promising. And on top of that, they also have some good backers behind them. Let me just see if I can find some of the backers they have. So let me just quickly see. So you can see over here the ecosystem: 100,000 daily on-chain users, 5 million game downloads. They're also on TikTok and YouTube. And this is also very interesting. You can see the team have had experience in companies like Electronic Arts, Zynga. So they've developed some world-class games, and that is very important. When you've got teams who've got experience, it is a very important factor. Investors and backers backed by Coinbase Ventures. So eventually they're probably going to get that Coinbase listing. Animoca Brands, OKX, OpenSea. So they've got huge backers and investors behind them. Good partners as well, good KOLs, some of the biggest influencers in the space. And, I think this can perform really well. It is higher in market cap than something like Mavia, but, of course, most of the tokens are already in circulation. I do prefer Mavia over this, but this is also a very solid pick, which I do believe can perform well. Similar, can probably smash through the 2 billion market cap range, in my opinion. It could even go higher. And that would be the third base project on the list. The final project is an RWA project, one which has been established longer than something like Lingo. I've got more conviction in Propbase. This is one of my favorite RWA projects. Huge use case. They've already got very high quality hotels, apartments and other, sort of properties on the Propbase Nexus. Under 40 million in market cap. It is on Aptos, and they did also bridge over to Base, which is why it's featuring on this video. I really like this, guys. It has a huge use case. You can invest with as little as $100 into very, very high quality properties in the UAE and also in Southeast Asia, such as Thailand and Singapore. Really like this. You can get 8 to 12% yearly yield, $25 million under tokenization value. And also, I like the fact they're also on Aptos, which is, unique. You don't see too many projects on Aptos. I think Aptos is another very solid project, and you can see it's getting up the TVL list, very close to AVAX is T total value locked. So Propbase is another very solid project. You can see here, they are integrated, and they have on the Nexus the likes of Wyndham, Ramada, and Hilton hotels, which are high quality, luxury hotels. And on top of that, they integrate with the required AML and KYC integrations. And they're also developing the product suite as well, which you can see here, where they will basically look to onboard additional properties within Southeast Asia. So this is very bullish for this project. I really like this. I think this is one of the most undervalued RWA projects in the space. In my opinion, this could potentially do 30x from here. Very strong project. It's got good exchange listing as well. You've got Mexi, you've got BitGet, you've got BingX, and they do have the money to get additional exchanges. And this is a solid project, which I think will perform very, very well. So also on top of that, they do trend regularly. A very bullish and active community who will always push this project. Throughout 2025, this is going to be a very solid play. You can see the likes of Wyndham Hotels, who they are partnered with as well. So very solid project, guys. Base is one of the most bullish chains, and it's going to continue to grow. And these are 4 low cap projects on Base. You've got gaming with Heroes of Mavia, you've got Super Champs, you've got RWA with Lingo, and I think these are going to perform very well. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to drop a like and also subscribe, and I will see you very soon for the next video.